ARM holding shares reversing some earlier stupid losses after beating the estimates. What's the matter? David's laughing at me, Rene. I got Rene Haas on. Rene and I go around and we know that the analysts seem to have some sort of animus towards you. Then they're completely overrun like they were the last time. This was a dynamite quarter. You raised everywhere. You made everything that you said would happen is more so. And what they're keying on, I don't know, it's like, what is 1% of your business? I don't know. Can we just talk about how you got ubiquity? And every single hyperscaler knows that if they don't have Rene Haas, they don't have a product.
Hi, Jim. Thank you all for having me this morning. You know, this is now a year since we've gone public, and we're so happy that a lot of the strategies that we talked about putting in place when we went public about diversifying our strategies, introducing version 9, compute subsystems, they're all coming to fruition. So a lot of things that we talked about a year plus ago when we were doing the roadshow have all now played out. So super happy about the quarter, high end of the guidance. And we've also kept guidance for the year, which is about mid-20s%, 2022, 25%. We were up about that amount last year, and we're projecting to be up about that amount next year. So what we're seeing is a lot of things we talked about really now coming into play.
Well, we did get analysts saying that you did not raise, that it was a beat, but you kept guidance pretty much the same. At the same time, I thought the guidance was so remarkable that there really was no need to be able to raise it. You came through. So tell me what the difference is between the analysts who think you should have raised and what actually happened here.
Well, you know, in terms of the analysts who would like us to raise every single quarter, you know, what we are really focused on is executing to our strategies, making commitments, and probably most importantly, keeping those commitments. We have beat the guidance, I guess now every single time we've had these phone calls. And that's what we're really trying to go off and do. We're not trying to be overly ahead of our skis in terms of raising expectations to levels that we don't think that we can meet. We want to meet and beat expectations, and that's essentially how we operate this quarter.
You know, Rene, you were actually one of the few companies that did really well in China, but you also seem to be the go-to for if you take the Grace Blackwell, which is the most advanced chips or platform that Nvidia has. How important are you when you get an Nvidia Blackwell? Would I rip it up and I would see a lot of ARM?
You would, and what's going on inside the data center, Jim, we are so excited about, because we've been talking about the data center at ARM for many, many years. And we had some big announcements over the last quarter where Microsoft announced general availability of their Cobalt chip for Azure. Google did the same for their Axion chip for GCP. Those are about 60% improvement in terms of performance and power over x86. And that's what we call general purpose compute. Now, when you talk about Grace Blackwell, that's going into AI clusters for training and inference, another level of computation in the data center, if you will. And Grace uses ARM. So every time NVIDIA ships a Grace Blackwell, that's a good thing for ARM. But probably more importantly, Jim, it's a great thing for the ARM ecosystem, because what that means is the same set of software that's being used to run these general purpose compute data centers are being used for these AI data centers. And it makes it very, very easy for operators to have a consistent software base, which just makes it very easy to migrate for ARM, which is great. So I think that's been a bit of a tailwind that has now started with everything going on with AI and everything that NVIDIA is doing.
You know, also, Rene, there's a lot of misunderstanding between the lawsuit with Qualcomm. I think people say, whoa, Qualcomm's big, ARM's small, $150 billion company, hardly small. But when I read through the pleadings, and I understand you can't go further than the pleadings, because that's not your job, I get to think that if Qualcomm doesn't come to the table, that most recent move that you made really exercised what is basically a drop dead for Qualcomm. Qualcomm would be pulled from a lot of different venues. Am I right?
Well, I can say this, it's an ongoing litigation, so there isn't a whole lot I can say about it, but the facts are pretty simple. Every contract that we have has an assignment clause that says if the company acquires another company, you have to get ARM's consent. We've done that 130 times in our history. We've granted consent 130 times. In this case, consent was not granted and has never been granted. So as a result, we have decided to send a notification to Qualcomm that they are in breach of their license because consent was not granted. That's really it. And the base principle of this, Jim, is really around fairness. We have contracts, as I said, that have this standard language. It's been adhered to every single time. In fact, Qualcomm has adhered to it 3 separate times. So in a sense of fairness to the entire ecosystem and industry, we really felt we had no choice other than to really enact our rights and file a claim. So that's really about all I can say about it.